Hello guys, good evening, and this is the final session of Python for Data Science event. And in today's session, you will be learning two projects from Hemanth, and um, on December 1st, you will be having a exam known as Data Bleach. So all the best to everyone, and over to Hemanth.
Yeah. Hello everyone. So today we are going to learn two projects here. Okay. The first one is a password checker, password strength checker. Okay, fine. So what we need to do. So let me explain the question once. So initially you are taken with a string from the user. Okay. So let us consider that string as S. Okay. Now, next what we need to do, dynamically we have to take the input. So by using which statement we are going to take, using input statement. By using input statement, we are going to take input from the user. And next what we need to do, we have to check. So the condition for the passwords. So password conditions. So the conditions for the passwords are, so the initial the initial condition is it has at least minimum of 8 characters, minimum of 8 characters. And the second condition is it contains alphabets, right? It has, definitely it must contain the alphabets, whether it is from A to Z. Okay. And the next one is it contains at least one uppercase. Okay. And the next one is it must consist of at least one number. Okay. And the next condition is it must definitely it must consist of at least one special character. So that means the special character can be at the rate or hash or something like question mark. You can append whatever the thing you want. Okay. Now let's go with the program. So what we need to do, so what is our first condition? We have to, it must contain at least minimum of 8 characters, right? So when you are taking the input, you have to traverse. So before traversing, we have to check the length of S. So if the length of S, if the length of S greater than or equals to 8, then only you are going to check. Then only you are going to check the rest of the four conditions. The rest of the four conditions, or else you directly say that it is not a valid password. Okay. Now we have to consider whether these are the uppercase, these are the lowercase, all the things we have to consider. So for each of the thing, I'm going to take four variables. So the first variable is L. Assume it is used to count the minimum numbers. That means it is used to count the lowercase alphabets. And the second variable is U. Consider this as the count of uppercase alphabets. And the third variable is D. Consider this is the count of the digits. And the next one is the special characters, right? I will assume that as P. Okay. Assume it is the count of the special characters. So I'm having an input S and a variable for counting the lowercase letters or lowercase alphabets, and a variable for that is used for counting the uppercase characters, and use it to count the digits, and it is used to count the special case alphabets, strings. Okay. Now, so what we need to do, I'm starting from the scratch here. Okay. Now I'm taking the S here and taking the input, Okay, fine. Next, what I need to do, I need to declare four variables, right? Four variables. What I need to declare: L, U, P, and D. So I need to initialize each of the number with four zeros. So these corresponding numbers will be stored on their corresponding values. Okay, fine. Next, I need to check. What I need to check? If the length of s must be greater than or equals to 8. So if the length of the string must be if the length of the string is greater than or equals to 8. So I'm going to check further. Next, what I need to do, I need to check for I in S. So I'm considering each of the character. So now I'm checking whether it is a lower, that means a small alphabet or an uppercase alphabet, a lowercase alphabet or an uppercase alphabet. So further, there is a function called is lower. So by using this function, we can able to identify the string is in lowercase or the uppercase. So I'm writing low is lower. So it will return true if the I is a lower case alphabet. Okay, then if it is a true, then what I need to do? I need to count the lowercase alphabets. Next, what is our condition? We need to check for our uppercase also, and there is a function called is upper. So by using is upper, I'm incrementing. I'm checking whether the given string, whether the string is an uppercase or the lowercase. So now it will return true if this character is the uppercase. Okay, then and then what I need to do, I need to update the u value, increment the u value, and what I need to check next, I need to check whether the number is a digit. Oh, okay, fine. The string is a digit or something else. So there is a function called is digit. So by using this function, I'm gonna count whether the given whether the string contains any digit. And finally, what I need to consider, I need to consider whether it is any special character. So what are the special characters we are having? The one of the special character is at the rate. Okay, and the another one is dollar, and the another one is underscore. So now in this case, I'm going to assume these three special characters. So what I need to do, I need to check, right? So I'm checking this I is equals to at the rate, or this I is equals to dollar, or this I is equals to underscore. Okay, so then what I need to increment, the p value I need to increment, right? And finally, the for loop has been ended, and the if condition is also ended. What I need to check, I have the count of lowercase characters, uppercase characters, and the digits and the special case characters, right? So I'm gonna check whether these whether the string contains any uppercase. So how can I check? If the lowercase is greater than or equals to 1, and the uppercase is greater than or equals to 1, and any special characters are greater than or equals to 1, and the digit greater than or equals to 1. So I'm checking that it must contain at least one lowercase and one uppercase and a special character and a digit. So if it contains all, it satisfies all of these conditions, then we can definitely say that it is a valid password. It is a valid password. Else what can we say? So it is a invalid password. Okay, this is a simple checker, password checker. Okay, so by using these, we can easily check whether the string is a valid password or invalid password. Okay, So I'm gonna code here. Wait a minute. So now we'll code this part. So okay. Here I have given the clear overview, right? So hope you guys can able to code this thing. Okay, let's go for the another one. And the second one is, and this is our first project, okay? And our second project is bill generator. Bill generator. Okay. So you have borrowed some of the things. So you have to make a bill for that one. For that, what I need to do? Wait a minute. Have problem. Okay, fine, working. So we need to generate a bill. Okay. Uh, for example, if you buy anything in the supermarket, so what are the two things that comes to mind? The first one is the item name, item name, and the second one is the item price. So we will consider these two things when you go to any shopping mall or etc. Okay. Now, so to generate a bill, we have to consider the two things. What the first one is the name of the item, and the second one is the price. Okay. So for this, what we need to do? Here I'm gonna running a while loop, because so okay, what I need to do is, what I want is, we have to ask the user, to enter the item name. Okay, he will enter something like milk. So the another thing is, enter the item price. So he will write something like 50. Okay, again, if he has any other item, then again I will ask, enter the item name. So if you buy any another item, I will ask him again. So assume like oil. So I will ask him to enter the price, item price. So the price can be something like T23. Okay. Again I will ask like this, again. So when I need to conclude is, if the user has entered the value Q, so then the loop gonna exit it. That means in this case, the user has bought all the things and now ready to pay the total bill. Okay. Now, I need to do this in a while loop, right? So here I'm using the while loop, and here I'm this while loop has to be continue until the user has pressed this Q, right? So here I'm taking the true. So it is an infinite loop. It is an infinite loop. Okay. So now I'm gonna take I'm gonna take what I need to take. I will ask the user. I will ask the user to enter the item name. So by using simple input statement, enter item name, item name. Okay. So here, what will happen is, the user will from the user I'm taking the name of the item. Next, what I will check is, if here I'm considering this while loop, right? Here I'm considering this q case. So what I will write is, if the name, so the name has some value, right? So I'm checking that name. If the name not equals to Q. If the name not equals to Q, then only I'm considering to take the price. So I will ask the user. So the price must be definitely an integer, right? So I will ask the user to enter the item price. Item price. Okay, fine. Next. So here, whenever the user enter the price, I need to calculate the total to generate the bill, right? So I'm taking a variable called total. So whenever I'm adding, this total has to be declared outside of this loop. So then only it will consider all the total values. So simply I'm adding the price every time. Okay, then what I need to do? So here there is an interesting concept called pretty table. This pretty table is used to make a table. So I will show you guys how it will work. Wait a minute. So first I will tell the program, then I will tell how it's gonna work. Okay. So there is a module called pretty table. Pretty table. So by using this module, not a capital T, small t. So by using this module, we can able to create tables in the command prompt. Okay, something like it will be like this. It will create table in a dotted manner. So here our bill items has to be generated. That means milk. So milk, what is the price of the milk? Something like 30. Oil 323. In such a way, it has to show in the tabular form. So for that, we are gonna using this pretty table module. Okay. So from the pretty table module, we have to import a class. So here whatever what I'm writing from pretty table import this p has to be considered. This p has to be small. This p has to be capital. Okay. So and also this t also be capital. So remember this p has to be small and this t has to be small because the modules names generally have all the small letters. And when you're considering any class, the first letter is the capital letter and the followed by the alphabets. Words are also being started with the capital letters. Next, I'm gonna make a table object. So here I'm making a table object. Okay, by using pretty table class, I'm gonna create an object in that. So what are we having? We are having an item name and we are having an item price, right? We are having item name and item price. So the two things I'm gonna enter here: item name, and the next one is item price. Okay. So here I just created this object, right? So further I have to add the row. So that object has a function called add row. So by using that object, I'm calling this add row, add underscore row method. So in this method, it will accept a argument. So it is a list. So that list must contain two items, right? So here what are we having? Item name and the price, right? So here I'm placing the name here. So name and the second thing is price. So I just pass it, and this name and price will add it into the table. So this is not total type of mistake. So guys, this is table. This is table. And next, what we need to do? So after completion of this, we have to continue. We have to continue. Not executing the statements after this thing. Okay. Next, what is the next case? Here, if the name is not equals to q, then we are printing. But if the name is equals to q, if the name equals to q, then we have to break. Then we have to break. So okay, this is what it takes input from the user, and it takes price from the user, and it will calculate the total here, and it will add the row to the table, and we are continuing. If the name is q, if the name is q, that means we will ask the user whenever he doesn't want, whenever he stops buying any product, then he will simply press this q, then this loop gonna break. So at that case, if the name is q, then it will break, then it will break. Okay, this is what we have to take the user. Then what our job is, we have to print. So table dot add row, table dot add row. So here I'm adding another thing, that is total, and the total is stored in which variable? Total variable, right? So you using the variable total. So this gonna add it to this one, and I'm gonna printing this table. Gonna printing this table now. So to now what we will do, initial, if you're making any bill, then what you're supposed to do, you will thank the user for shopping, right? So what you will do is simply write thanks for shopping with us. Simply you will write these statements. Okay, then what you will do, you are going to print the total bill. So the user will has a simple visualization if you print like this. So your total bill amount is, so you're gonna printing the total value, total. That's it. So this is what the program. So what we need to do, we have to, we are here, we have used the pretty table. From pretty table we have imported this class pretty table, and we have created an object for the pretty table class. So we are having two things. Okay. There's another type of mistake here. It is actually a list. We have to pass a list. Here we are having two things. One is the item name, and another one is item price. So I have taken this total variable to consider the total, and here I have used the infinite loop. Now I have asked the user to enter the name. Again here, what you will do is you will ask the user when you are completed your shopping, simply press Q. Okay, so when you are completed your shopping, simply press Q. So then user will press the Q, then the shopping will get terminated. That means what you have completed your shopping. So you will ask the user, and if it is not the Q, then You will ask the user to enter the price, then you will calculate the total, and you will add up the name and the price to the table. Then you will continue. If it is not the case, then if it is true, you will terminate this infinite while loop. Then you are going to add a last value, a last row, that is total, and the total that is total amount. Then you are going to print this table and a simply greeting message. Thanks for shopping with us. Your total bill amount is, you are going to print the total bill at the last. This is the total. Okay. Now I will provide you with a code. Give me a minute. So this is the code. Simply I'm taking, better to use this thing. So, this format. Okay, fine. Paste in this thing. So this is what you are going to use. Okay, this is the program what I have explained. Saving this as bill generator. Save here. Save here. And I have run the code. Okay, this. Okay, fine. I'm going to use the Google Colab because I have not downloaded this module. It's loading time. I'm going to take the new notebook. Okay, click here and executing. It's loading. Loading. The network is so slow. Yeah, what did I ask? Enter item name. So assume I have initially buy the milk. So then next it will ask the price, right? Okay, the price of the milk is 30. Then I have borrowed this oil, and the price of the oil is something like 200. Then I have bought a toy there, and it's almost cost 100 rupees. Then soap, so it almost cost 46 rupees. Okay, I have done my shopping. So what I need to enter? Simply press the Q. So here is the bill. Our item name, first initial I bought milk, the item price is 30. Next oil 200, toy 100, soap 46. So our total amount is 376. So this is a greeting message. Thank you for shopping with us. Your total bill amount is 376. So this is our first program, and our second program is password checker, right? So this is the code for the password checker, strength checker. Adding the code. So here I will take the input dynamically. Input. So I'm going to enter a password. So what I will enter is enter Hemanth 773. So there must be at least one capital letter, right? 773 double at the rate. So is it is a valid password? We are having a digit and we are having our lowercase letters, uppercase letters, and one special character. So it is a valid password. So what it is printing? A valid password. Now I'm going to print an invalid password. Simply I write HAMA and TH. So what is gonna has supposed to print? So it doesn't contain numbers, uppercases, and any special characters, right? So it is definitely has to print an invalid password. So invalid password. Okay, these are the two projects we have that I'm going to tell that I have told you. So okay, guys, you guys having an exam at the December 1st, and please kindly check your mail. And we have provided all the details in the mail. Okay, all the best. Bye, guys.